so much for joining us today. My name is Onyeko Biacha, and I am the Managing Director at the Tsai Center for Innovative Thinking. I'm so happy and honored to be able to be the Master of Ceremonies this evening, where we get to take a look at the amazing progress that these teams have done over the course of the summer. Before I continue, I'd like to kick it off to my colleague, Zoe Hunter, who will be providing the opening remarks.
Thank you, Oni. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for the 2020 Demo Day. I am Zoe Hunter, the Director of Student Programming here at Tsai City, and on behalf of the team, we are so excited to have you with us this evening. For those who are unfamiliar, Tsai City seeks to inspire students from diverse backgrounds and disciplines to seek innovative ways to solve real-world problems. We do so through mentorship, funding, and programs like our Summer Fellowship, which is a full-time summer-long accelerator. Today, you'll be hearing from 11 amazing student teams who spent the last 3 months working to reach the milestones they set at the start of the program in June. Some of those milestones include launched products, secured pilot partnerships, and filed provisional patents, among many other great successes. They've worked tirelessly this summer to move their ventures forward and have gracefully transitioned into a 100% virtual experience that none of us anticipated having to do. They participated in a series of workshops spanning from business fundamentals to storytelling, engaged in mentorship opportunities with industry experts, have worked alongside one another and with venture advisors to reach the next level in their entrepreneurial journey, and even beat the NYU teams during this year's NYU Yale pitch-off, making this our 3rd win in a row and allowing us to keep our trophy to adorn the new Tsai City building. Their work has not been easy, especially in the midst of a pandemic. However, our teams have remained patient, diligent, and hardworking. And today, they'll be sharing with you their innovative ideas, some for the very first time publicly. I am so proud of what these teams have accomplished this summer, and I am thrilled about what they will share with you this evening. So sit tight, listen up, and get ready to be inspired.
Thank you so much, Zoe. So without further ado, I'd like to start with AgriCore. AgriCore aims to encourage more sustainable agriculture land management by offering affordable, efficient, and accessible tools for soil sampling and soil carbon content analysis. Nat, feel free to take it away.
Awesome. Just bear with me while I get my screen shared. And can everyone see that? Awesome. Okay, yeah, so as Oni said, I'm with AgriCore. I'm co-founder and CEO. And AgriCore is working on making the quantification of soil carbon more efficient, affordable, and accessible to agricultural workers. And the hope is that this will both allow agricultural carbon markets to grow more quickly, as well as to facilitate a global shift towards more sustainable land management and the prioritization of healthy soil. Now, a lot of people don't know this, but soil can hold up to 3 times as much carbon as the atmosphere, making it one of the most important carbon sinks, second only to the ocean. Agriculture's contribution, though, is actually negative in that the land degradation caused by our agricultural systems actually release carbon from the soil carbon sink. Regenerative farmers are working to undo that negative impact by sequestering carbon in soil, which will result in improving food system resilience and ensuring food security. But the ability to quantify soil carbon is still something that is not standardized. And this ability is crucial in understanding the carbon storage impacts of regenerative agricultural practices, and is crucial in persuading farmers to transition to these practices. 3 years ago, I was shocked to learn that there is no easy, efficient in-field soil solution for quantifying soil carbon. That's where we come in. We've created a 3-step process. On the left, you can see our soil sampling device, which is quick and efficient. In the middle, you can see our drying device, which dries soil in field and makes analysis more accurate in field. And then on the right, you can see a device developed by our side, which uses the color of carbon to correlate it to the amount of, or the color of soil to correlate the carbon content. And to give you a sense of our progress this summer, in June, we filed patents, which are now pending. And with that IP on file, we've been able to secure an opportunity to conduct a small scale validation pilot which is beginning in the next month or so. To prepare for this, we've scaled our manufacturing, and we've also refined our devices with the soil dryer in particular, which is now about 30% smaller than it started at the beginning of the summer. This summer, we also began to establish research and technology partnerships so that we can conduct a larger scale pilot to come, which will allow us to better understand the accuracy of the reflectometer. That accuracy is really necessary to understand before breaking into agricultural carbon markets, which is a part of our new go-to-market strategy developed this summer. So our ask now to prepare for that larger scale pilot, we need more funding to refine our products and scale manufacturing. We need to get larger scale pilot opportunities, hopefully with a bigger regenerative or a food corporation committed to regenerative agriculture. We need to expand our network, and we need some manufacturing advising so that we can streamline our manufacturing for a larger scale pilot. Finally, you can see here a list of our co-founders on the right, and then a list of our key collaborators on the left. We're hoping that the larger scale pilot could include oversight and a co-pilot with Quick Carbon and RSI. And if you're interested in working with us, please do reach out to the listed contact info. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Nat. Great job. Up next, we have Brio. Brio creates tailored multi-year partnership programs with community leaders in Latin America to design and implement lasting community-owned mental health solutions. Daisy, the floor is yours.
Hi everyone, I'm Daisy Rosales, and I'm the co-founder and executive director of Brio. Brio enables access to quality mental health care in low resource contexts through design and collaboration with local community organizations. So here in the US, 1 in 5 people faces mental illness at any given time. But in low resource contexts where lives are affected by poverty, violence, and a lack of social services, that number becomes 2 in 5. And the fact of the matter is this: these communities tend to have the least access to quality mental health care. It's easy to perceive the mental health treatment gap as a matter of numbers, the prevalence rate of mental illnesses, and the number of professionals per 100,000 individuals. But for local leaders and service organizations who are in regions like Latin America, these extreme ratios are an immense burden to bear. Trusted leaders embedded in low-income communities receive daily requests for help. And while this can create stress, it's also a great window of opportunity to develop accessible, contextualized models of care for vulnerable populations. Working with impactful local organizations to co-design transformational mental health support is the core of Brio's work. Through our multi-year partnership program, we provide leaders with our mental health design process, a toolkit, consultation, evaluation, and leadership support. The result is a contextualized program that addresses the key mental health pain points facing that population. So far, our approach has been promising. In Ecuador, our pilot partnership has provided hundreds of hours of addiction counseling training to more than 50 low-income leaders who have then delivered more than 2,000 hours of intervention for free or low cost. This year, despite all of the challenges of COVID, we continue to work with our partners across 3 continents and expect our co-created mental health programs to reach more than 20,000 people by 2021. So what does our future look like? In addition to expanding our partnership program, we plan to partner with institutional organizations and NGOs to design mental health care in hard-to-reach places. In order to do this, we will need intensive investments to make sure that our quality remains the same through breadth and depth. My ask for you today is to check out startbrio.org and to take a next step. You can access our free resources like the Mental Health Design Toolkit that we launched this summer, sign up for email, or make a tax-deductible gift to support our work this year. Even an amount that you might consider small would be a huge difference for us. In conclusion, Brio exists for the mental health liberation led by the world's vulnerable communities. We all know that mental health has an outsized impact on a person's ability to flourish, and we know this because we experience these challenges ourselves. So today I invite you to join the movement to tailor care and support through powerful local channels so that all communities are equipped to free themselves. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Daisy. Great job. I appreciate the presentation and all the work you've been doing this summer. So up next, we have Cambium Carbon. Ben is a School of Forestry alum, and he's looking at, him and Marissa are looking at Reforestation Hub as Cambium Carbon as a concept that aims to help cities meet their climate targets by investing in urban mill infrastructure, building nursery capacity, and channeling revenues to scale new planting. We also have a link coming in the chat that's going to be in a Google form that we'll address later. Right, Ben, all yours.
Can you see it?
Yep.
Great, awesome. So we're Cambium Carbon. Our whole goal is to reforest America by enabling local wood economies to flourish. So we are creating the Reforestation Hubs model, which is a new way to recover from COVID-19 that creates lots and lots of green jobs, mitigates climate change at scale, purifies air and water in communities across the country. So we're going to start in a few select cities, and then we're going to spread across the country. So what do? We solve a key problem. So when trees go down in cities, that wood is often wasted, sent to landfill, or it's burned. And we are creating a new system where you can capture that waste, channel it into high value wood products, and then use those revenues to turn them into new trees. So as I'm sure many of you knew, there's lots of trees that have gone down in the recent storms in the Northeast, and most of those are going to end up in landfill. It's a really big waste of resources. So again, waste into wood, into new trees. So I just want to highlight a few market sizing things, which has been part of our shift in pitch this summer as we're starting to shift towards raising capital. Just want to highlight that the waste in wood, the scale of that problem leaves about a $25 billion market, and it's a really small amount of capture right now. Same thing is true on the new trees side. So getting new trees in the ground in US cities, there's about a $20 billion market there. Also really small opportunity has been captured so far. So what are we doing? How do we do it? So on the waste side, we provide a consultancy service, and we essentially get subcontracted grants with partner NGOs or direct work with cities. Example of that is we just went for a $700,000 grant with the city of Philadelphia. That would be really catalytic for us because it allows us to do market analysis and really gain stakeholder trust in these specific areas. On the wood side, so taking that wood that normally would have been wasted and turning it into high value wood products, we have two key things. A B2B brokerage, so helping large companies connect into urban wood products. And the second is a B2C marketplace, so direct to consumer, buying something like the cutting board that we just released. And finally, on the new trees, we are ourselves a carbon offset project developer, really focused on connecting with large buyers and helping to connect in with brand growth. And the key things there that it really allows us to do is get into companies. Coming from a carbon side often opens up stuff on the wood procurement and larger buying side. It's also a really high visibility opportunity to help us scale and grow. So what have we done so far? We've raised $360K in non-dilutive capital. A lot of that has come this summer, and we're selecting our first 3 cities over the next month. And we also released our first cutting boards, which you can learn more about on our website. So if we're going to deploy the reforestation hubs over the next 5 years, what would we need? You'd need a pipeline of cities. We've got that. We've got the short list. We've got an RFP coming out, and we're really well networked. You need financing for the actual infrastructure pieces. We've got foundations who are lined up to give us zero interest loans. And we also want to really leverage impact capital. You need wood off-takers. That wood has to have somewhere to go so that there's revenue to plant those new trees. We're in conversations with some really big furniture companies, as well as really tying into corporate green building and scaling there. Finally, you need carbon buyers who are excited about really purchasing into the system and high value offsets. And we've connected to a number of large companies there. And finally, the last piece is we have to focus on COVID-19 recovery. And that's where we've shifted our focus to really highlight workforce development. And we're working with a number of partners to really build out that portion of our model. Supporting Cambium, we would love to connect on impact investment. If you are interested in a cutting board, you can get one on our website. All of those revenues are channeled back into the Reforestation Hubs model. If you have a larger wood products order, please get in touch. And finally, if you're looking for carbon offsets, contact us as well. You can learn more at cambiumcarbon.com or email me at the email below. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Ben. And prior to Ben's presentation, my other colleague, Ben, added a link in the chat for you to allow you to follow up with teams that are presenting today. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, quandaries, or compliments that you'd like to share, I encourage you to follow the link and send a note to the team of your choice. So up next, we have Build. Build is a platform for small, medium businesses that integrates automation and AI into sourcing manufacturers and suppliers.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Pradeep Paul, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Build. Build is a vertically integrated source-to-pay platform that introduces automation into sourcing and manufacturing engagements. We built Build in the notion that small to medium-sized businesses should have a less friction process in getting their products to market. So currently, some of the obstacles that they face include not understanding the sourcing process. This is causing them to outsource operations or spend capital on building out a sourcing team. These businesses also often do not have the technical depthness to create manufacturing documents to even approach manufacturers in the first place. And more importantly, they don't have the network to find the right manufacturing partners. So all these together are really resulting in long production times and products entering the market later. So we built Build. The platform first understands product requirements and individual customers' needs through a simple onboarding process. It then takes that information and matches customers with best fit manufacturers and suppliers. Build is also a manufacturing as a service for customers that haven't really built out an operations team. So MAS is a tool that handles all direct engagements with manufacturing partners, which frees up bandwidth for our customers to focus on other facets of their business. And lastly, Build is a long-term solution for managing supply chain and purchase orders. So really what happens is that through this process, the customer journey is a lot more streamlined, and it goes from a multi-platform process to a more streamlined solution. On Build, customers will be able to manage all their legal, financial, operational, manufacturing processes. We differentiate from some of our competitors in that we offer a vertical solution that addresses industry-specific gaps. So by taking this approach and integrating automation throughout the process, we can offer a more affordable, tailored solution that addresses the needs of the early to mid-stage market. We've been diligently working this summer to wrap up our MVP, and now we're focused on developing the supply chain solution. We're actively raising our $750K pre-seed round, which we're going to leverage to speed up platform development and expand our customer base. Our team is made out of Avinash and I. My background includes manufacturing engagements at both Apple and Tracker, where I met my co-founder Avinash. Avinash has prior experience as a software developer at Facebook's Marketplace, Instagram, Nextdoor, and at Tracker. You can contact us anytime at our email address listed on this page. Thank you.
Great, thank you so much. Up next, we have Elizabeth with Fresh Air Wristband. It is a low-cost wearable air monitor that detects hundreds of environmental contaminants.
Hi, everyone. My name is Narina, and I'm an MBA student at Yale School of Management. And I'm here with Elizabeth Lin to tell you about the Fresh Air Wristband and make you aware of what's in the air you're breathing. So first of all, the problem. As you can see, air pollution and toxic chemicals. Have you ever wondered about the quality of the air that you're breathing? So I had been doing this quite often recently since I've been having breathing problems for about 15 years now. I had 3 surgeries to date, but occasional swelling of the nasal passages is still happening. So last time I spent more than 3 days in New York City, I had one of these episodes. And ever since, I wonder what could be different about the air there. Was it the outdoor or was it the indoor hotel air that triggered the event? So from looking at the New York State air quality reports here, we can see that the outdoor air quality improved in 2017 when compared to 2009. But then look at this graph. Asthma, which we know is triggered by the air quality, is getting worse for youth in New York State. And what could be causing this? And the answer is the air inside your house. This proves that while the outdoor air quality can be improved by carrying out government regulation, there are very few regulations on indoor air quality or the toxic chemicals inside your home.
We spend over 90% of the day indoor, perhaps even more time with the current COVID-19 pandemic. There's a cocktail of chemicals inside your house. There are flame retardants that coat your furniture and carpets, pesticides on your fruits and vegetables, and phthalates and fragrances in your personal care products like the shampoo. Many of these chemicals do not stay on these items, but over time they move into the air. You can find these chemicals in every corner of your house. Your chemical exposures are unique to your personal behaviors and the environment around you, and they can be harmful to your health. Air quality has short and long-term impact on your health. Research studies have linked exposure to many of these chemicals to adverse health outcomes, including cancer. So if you are now concerned about chemicals around you, you may be asking, what can I do? There are a handful of devices available that can detect pollutants in the air. Most of these monitors are designed to be mounted on a wall and typically only measure one type of pollutant. While some of these devices are inexpensive, you are exposed to much more than one pollutant, and we certainly do not stay at one location all day. There are research-grade tools that a person can carry around with them. These monitors are portable, but again, typically only measure one pollutant, and they are expensive. Would you pay $15,000 to measure what you are breathing? To address this, what are products available to measure your exposure to chemicals? The Fresh Air wristband was developed in the Poly Lab at Yale School of Public Health. This wristband can be used to identify hundreds of chemicals simultaneously. It is inexpensive, light, and can be worn while you are working, exercising, or your routine daily activities. We have used this air sampler in numerous research studies across the globe. Over 600 samples have been collected to date. These studies allowed us to validate our technologies, develop a number of academic collaborators.
In terms of market opportunity, while there are a multitude of applications in almost every country of the world, for our initial target market, we're going to focus on families of children with asthma around New York metropolitan area. And these 5 states highlighted here have the highest prevalence of the disease in the Northeast area and have a combined total of 852,000 children experiencing asthma. In terms of business model, we are looking at a sustainable one based on a high margin, low volume strategy. And to be conservative, we're estimating that the market share will be about 0.5% in the first year, grow slowly to 2% over the next 5 years. And the current cost structure allows us to charge a price that is 1/3 that of our closest competitor. And that's $300 versus $1,000. And then we think the starting year 1, we're projecting a $1.2 million in revenue and a healthy profit margin of 33%. The 5-year projected revenue is about $14.5 million, even though we're being very conservative. And in terms of business operation, we're envisioning something similar to 23andMe. So after you place an order, we send you the wristband to wear for a few days, and then you send it back. And once we receive it, we're going to analyze the sampler and the wristband using state-of-the-art mass spectrometry technology. We summarize the results in a personalized report that will show you what you're exposed to, how much you're exposed to, and what you can do to reduce the exposure. And then we can recommend lifestyle changes, such as cooking on the back burner, turning the exhaust fan on, technology changes such as using certain air purifier, and consumer product changes such as using certain cleaning products. But unlike 23andMe, we stand to have a higher repeat customer rate because the chemical exposure are dynamic and personal exposure changes as the surrounding environment and lifestyle changes. In terms of competitors, there are only a handful of them. AirBeam and Purple Air can measure only a limited number of atmospheric pollutants. Million Marker also measures only a couple of compounds, but that's through urine sample. And My Exposome is our closest competitor, but they have a much higher price point than ours. Our team of experts is motivated and passionate about human and environmental health. We have a portfolio of skills that span from public health to chemical engineering, software development, operations, and business. And we can, without a doubt, build this business successfully. And we want to conclude by telling you that your personal chemical exposure is unique to you. You can change your exposure to toxic chemicals, but to be able to do so, you must be able to track it first. And that's where we come in. We're here to get you started and help you improve your well-being. So next time you go to New York, you'll be able to figure out what's in the air you're breathing. Thank you.
Great, thank you so much. Up next, we have Grantis Cosmetics. Grantis produces all natural, vegan cosmetics with packaging that is 100% biodegradable and recyclable. Lillian, all yours.
Can everybody see? There we go. So welcome to Grantis Cosmetics. My name is Lillian Childress. So in 2018, the beauty industry produced more than 120 billion units of packaging. The majority of those were not recyclable. This packaging ends up in waterways, in the oceans, it ends up in landfills, where it stays basically forever. So last year, I was interested in trying to find a way to use cosmetics that didn't use this unrecyclable packaging. So I was searching for cosmetics that perhaps had biodegradable packaging, and I couldn't find anything. So that led me to start Grantis Cosmetics. Our cosmetics are completely biodegradable. And so once you're done using them, you can compost them. You can throw them in the ground. You can also recycle them. They're made out of paperboard. And our mission is to provide sustainable, waste-free products that help people live their most confident, elegant lives. So in creating an eco-friendly product, I didn't want to create something that looked too earthy per se, but I wanted to create something that could be an object of beauty in people's purses, on their makeup stand, and that could inspire them to use a product that is environmentally friendly. So with that mission in mind, the ingredients that we use are all natural, cruelty-free. They're vegan, so we don't use any animal products in our cosmetics. And every ingredient that we use in our products is meticulously sourced. So for example, for the pigment in our cosmetics, we use mica, and we were extra careful to find mica that's sourced from ethical sources that use fair labor practices. And in addition to providing packaging that's completely biodegradable, for each product that we sell, we plant a tree. So this helps offset the carbon emissions from the production process of our cosmetics. And it also helps replenish the material, paper, which is used for our cosmetics packaging. So we're trying to create a material and energy loop by planting trees for every product that we sell. So some brands are foraying into the sustainable packaging space. There's a lot of growth in the natural beauty market right now, but sustainable packaging has sort of lagged behind that. So what we've seen, there are some companies on the very low end of this price spectrum offering cosmetics with biodegradable packaging, but frankly, they look like toilet paper rolls and they don't inspire elegance. And then there are a few companies at the very, very high end offering sustainable packaging. For example, a company that has a metal case and then they send you refills. But this this packaging is it's quite expensive. It's more than $50 for the product, which we think outprices a lot of people who want to have elegant, sustainable cosmetics. So we are really in that middle price segment of the market that's not being addressed right now in the natural cosmetics with biodegradable packaging space. So one thing that we're really interested in doing with the company is entering these larger beauty retailers, because within the past few years, Ulta, Sephora, and Credo have all specified that they are looking to take on more brands that are vegan, that are all natural, and that have sustainable packaging. So recently, Credo, which is the largest retailer for natural beauty products in the US, announced their sustainable packaging guidelines. They want all brands to replace virgin plastic with 50% or more recycled plastic content, or use a more sustainable material by June 2023. So they're really, and we've actually been in conversations with them about putting our product into their stores. They're really excited about brands with sustainable packaging. Again, Ulta, one of the largest, actually the largest beauty retailer in the US, just announced a few months ago their 5-point sustainability guidelines, including sustainable packaging. They're looking for products that have recycled or biosourced materials. And we think that we're really well poised to serve these retailers, especially because there aren't a lot of brands on the market and in our price range that provide both natural vegan cosmetics, but also have this element of being biodegradable and giving back. This is something that these retailers are looking for, companies that give back. So I founded the company and currently leading it. I had a fabulous team of interns this summer, 3 from the School of Management, 1 a Yale undergrad studying engineering, and 1 who is a fellow former classmate of mine at the School of Forestry. I graduated with a master's degree in environmental management from the Yale School of Forestry this year. And in just a few weeks, I'm starting my MBA at Stanford Business School. So right now, as we look on here, right now that we launched the company last month. Right now we're just DTC, and we are expanding into retail channels, and there's definitely been a lot of interest. I'm in talks with Credo and with Urban Outfitters, but right now I am looking for a co-founder to help run the company with me. So that's sort of part of my pitch, I guess my ask, is looking for a co-founder who's excited to help run this business and build the retail partnerships that we are starting to see come in. And then our next steps from there are expanding our product line and optimizing manufacturing. And I hope that within the year, me along with a co-founder or 2 co-founders will be able to raise our first round of financing, because starting a makeup line is not cheap, as I've learned. So if we're going to expand into some of these larger retail partnerships and be expanding into new products, we are going to be looking at a seed round in the coming year. That's all I have for you guys today. Visit grantus.co. We are selling our cosmetics on there, so feel free to try. If you sign up for our newsletter, you get 10% off your first purchase. And give me a shout. I would love to hear what you thought about the presentation. If you have any thoughts about fundraising, about if you know anyone who could has experience in the cosmetic space who is interested in helping run a company, please reach out and follow us on Instagram, Grantis Cosmetics. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you so much, Lillian. That was incredible. And to that point about folks that want to follow up, again, if you check the chat, we'll be resending the link for individuals who want to share more information with the teams. Again, questions, comments, concerns, compliments. If there's anything that you want to add, feel free to follow the link in the chat. Up next, we have Hubleet, a directory for accredited businesses offering personalized fitness and recovery services.
All right, I think I'm unmuted. Sorry, everybody had to see that. All right, can everybody see this?
Yes.
All right, I'll get started then. I'm Christina. I'm one of the founders of Hubleet, a mobile app for clients to schedule fitness and recovery sessions with vetted businesses. Cool. I started playing tennis when I was 6. I admired Serena Williams and I wanted to see where my love of the game would take me. At the peak of my final season, I got injured. I struggled to find a good physical therapist for months, which postponed my recovery and prevented me from competing. This injury seemed like a curse at the time, but it ended up showing me the life-changing experience of working with the best fitness and recovery professionals, an experience we're improving access to by creating the easiest, fastest way to find and schedule sessions with these professionals. Our customers are small businesses and professionals who provide high-quality fitness and recovery services like personal training, massage therapy, and physical therapy. 56% of these businesses don't have a formal scheduling system. They use pen and paper to manage their businesses, which makes accessing them through virtual means really, really difficult. And this is all because they lack a simple, straightforward, and inexpensive digital tool that doesn't overwhelm them and their clients. There are more than 100,000 of these businesses in the US, and they generate more than $30 billion annually. This summer, we created Hubleet Pro with feedback from trusted professionals to figure out exactly what they wanted and what they didn't. Fitness and recovery professionals use Hubleet Pro to manage their one-on-one sessions and schedules while preserving payment systems and group class systems that already work for them. We designed Hubleet to tackle COVID-era obstacles with Zoom link generation, reminders for clients to schedule their next sessions, and COVID updates. Businesses choose Hubleet to manage their one-on-one scheduling for several reasons. Hubleet takes care of onboarding quickly, we charge subscription fees, and we simplify clients' experiences by getting rid of unnecessary steps in scheduling. New clients use Hubleet to find vetted services and professionals on the Hubleet marketplace. Existing clients simply search for their business, choose who they want to work with, and schedule their sessions with professionals who use Hubleet Pro. We offer these two services bundled, and businesses and professionals can also choose to be on either the Hubleet marketplace or use Hubleet Pro privately with only existing clients. Over 100 businesses use the Hubleet marketplace, and we are piloting Hubleet Pro with 15 select businesses in October. Our primary focus will remain on customer experience and on customer lifetime value. We are on track to have 25 businesses subscribed to Hubleet Pro by November and 200 businesses using the Hubleet marketplace by December. Our current runway allows us to project acquiring 65 additional businesses and hitting revenue positive in November. This being said, we're seeking $100,000 to accelerate this timeline and supercharge our growth. Hubleet is available throughout major cities in Colorado, Utah, Illinois, and Pennsylvania. If you have lower back pain from Zoom calls or you want to lose your COVID-19, Hubleet's here to help you find the professional you need. Go on our website to recommend an area if we haven't launched in your area yet. Follow us on Instagram to stay updated on our plans and that of small businesses as we navigate COVID-19 together. Again, my name's Christina. You can reach me through my email at christina@hubleet.com. To everyone at Tsai City, thank you so much for this really special opportunity, and thank you everyone for tuning in.
Thank you so much, Christina, and you're very welcome. Up next, we have Juno. Juno is creating a reusable menstrual hygiene product that can be used as a diaphragm that treats pain associated with dysmenorrhea. Phyllis, take it away.
Thank you, Oni. Hello, everyone. My name is Phyllis, and I'm the founder of Juno, which is a menstrual product with novel capabilities. Juno is a new reusable menstrual hygiene product that offers universal comfort through its dynamic design. It offers convenience through its long wearability of up to 12 hours, and it offers freedom throughout the day due to its innovative treatment for menstrual pain. The menstruating population makes up 26% of the global population. Dysmenorrhea, commonly known as menstrual or period pains, is the leading cause of recurrent school or work absenteeism among the menstruating population. During our research and development, we surveyed 350 women globally, and 94% of our survey respondents expressed that they experienced menstrual pain. A combination of inactivity due to menstrual pain, hours lost due to disrupted sleep, and the time for changing and inserting menstrual products reduces hours of productivity among menstruators. We found that women lose on average 3 to 6 productive hours daily during menstruation, and this adds up to 33 days of lost productivity annually. There are several options for treating menstrual pains, but all of these therapies are separate from menstrual products available today. But what if the menstrual product was the medication as well? And this led us to design Juno. The Juno menstrual disc is 6 times smaller at the point of insertion. Once inserted at the opening of the vagina, pulling on a silicone string causes Juno to extend, open, and place itself inside the fornix, which is right outside the cervix. Juno's stem includes a valve, which is part of a drainage system. Therefore, the cup does not have to be removed in order for it to be drained. Squeezing a bulb at the bottom of the stem creates a massage-like effect on the uterus, which helps to alleviate menstrual pain. Once it's time to remove the cup, pulling on the string causes Juno to encapsulate the fluid, which ensures that no spillages occur. To reach this point in Juno's development, we pulled together a team of mechanical engineers and medical professionals. Jamie and I are both mechanical engineering students, and we worked on the design and prototype of Juno this summer. Dr. Lisa Seifert and Christina Minero have been our advisors, and with Dr. Flores' expertise, we have been able to develop our treatment technology. In today's market, the commonly used products are disposable sanitary pads and tampons. The average user throws away an astonishing 125 to 150 kilograms of tampons, pads, and applicators in their lifetime. That is 3 times the mass of an adult female. Juno surpasses its competitors because it is reusable, easy to insert, and it is a menstrual product that provides both protection and pain relief. Having talked about the products on the market, let's move on to the cost-benefit aspect of switching to Juno. Using our pricing model for the United States and Canada, Juno is estimated to retail at $60. The same Juno can be worn for up to 3 years. On average, the American woman spends $15 a month on menstrual products. That is $540 over 3 years, which is a lot of money for many women. Juno can be worn for up to 12 hours. So not only will Juno save you money, it will save time. Juno offers opportunity to change from menstrual products that are inconvenient, painful, and restrictive to one that offers convenience, freedom, and comfort. Because it is a mechanical solution to common menstrual challenges, Juno is adaptable to the diverse context of almost 2 billion menstruators globally. Please feel free to contact us if you're interested in joining our mission. Thank you for listening, and thank you to Tsai City for this incredible opportunity this summer.
Thank you so much, Phyllis. Up next, we have Linwood Films. This filmmaking collective makes films that contribute nuances to discussions about women and gender and provides filmmaking opportunities for female and queer filmmakers.
Hi, my name is Lily Weisberg.
My name is Matt Nadell.
We're filmmakers and we're the co-founders of Linwood.
So as young filmmakers, we both worked on a lot of other people's sets, professional sets and student sets. And it's a lot of fun to be behind the scenes making films, but it can also be a very tense environment. Film sets are very hierarchical. You can only speak to the one person who you directly report to. But I think we both just wrote this off as like how films are made. Until we started making films together. We brought on board a bunch of people we respected, whose perspectives we admired. A lot of our friends, they happened to be women and queer filmmakers. And we found that there was a very different dynamic on set. It was participatory, it was democratic, and we found at the end of the editing process that the product was significantly different.
Yeah, so we decided to found Linwood under the premise that this kind of collaborative, diverse set environment is not only possible, but actually produces a very different kind of film. So our mission at Linwood, which is a collective of independent filmmakers, is to put women and queer people in the driver's seat of the creative process. So what does it look like to make a movie? So once we find this team of people, which we try to find perspectives that are different than our own, people whose opinions we respect, and once we assemble a team, we have to move on to thinking about funding, distribution, and the audience for the film.
So when it comes to funding, we talked about how we make films in kind of an unconventional way. We also fund our films in an unconventional way. We believe that the nuanced works that we create have the power to change culture, and our donors are aligned with us in that philosophy. So we work with philanthropists, family foundations, nonprofits, and private individuals who are socially conscious and interested in the filmmaking process.
So once a film is funded and shot, the most important thing is to figure out how a lot of people are going to be able to see it. If we believe that films have the power to change culture, the most important thing is that it's available to people to see. So we do that in a couple of ways. One is making partnerships for our documentary content with publications like newspapers and magazines. Another is film festivals. We screen our films at film festivals, and then organize screening tours where we show the films at government agencies, political organizations, universities, anywhere where an interesting conversation about the film could follow afterwards. And then finally, we find a home for the film somewhere on a streaming platform.
And as Lily said, visibility is our priority, and that's because our films aren't just meant for a progressive audience or an audience that already agrees with us on these points about gender and sexuality. Our films are meant for cinephiles everywhere. At the core of what we do is beauty, the power of storytelling, and we believe that's the key tool for affecting social change.
So what are we doing now? These are 3 films that we're working on. Studio 210 is a film I directed that we shot this summer, starring Phil Schneider, who's an off-Broadway actor, and Amelia Avital, who's an Israeli Academy Award winner. It's a narrative short, and it was based around the question of whether young men can actually look up to women.
This next project you see is called Buffy. This is our first attempt at a feature project. It follows an incarcerated Black trans woman named Buffy Williams in Louisiana who fell in love and got married in prison. She'll be released in 11 months while her husband is in for life. So the film follows their love story and Buffy's reintegration into society.
And The National is a documentary film about the indie rock band The National, and the creative marriage at the center of it, and 3 teenage girls who became a little too obsessed with that marriage.
So if you're interested in any of these projects or want to hear about other work that we have in the pipeline, there is still space for you to be part of the creative team as an associate producer, a producer, or an executive producer. Or if you want to help support Linwood and invest at the ground level to help us make the change that we're committed to, you can invest or donate in our organization as a whole.
We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to talk about any of these projects. Please reach out.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lily and Matt. Great job. Up next, we have Naviwell. Naviwell is a technology platform that can help college counseling centers manage the mental health care of their student population. Naviwell, feel free to take it away.
Great, thanks so much, Oni. Okay, let's get started. Hi everyone, I'm Nithya.
I'm Aga.
I'm Selena, and we're Naviwell. College student mental health has been in the hot seat for a while now, with research proclaiming rates of anxiety and depression have doubled, and the rate of suicide has tripled over the last 15 years. And while we've all seen the explosion of free online wellness tools and telehealth expanding like never before because of COVID, still 60% of college students report that mental health care is actually harder to access for them. And these challenges with access aren't new. Past research suggests that less than 20% of students with a mental health challenge actually get connected to treatment. And so what's causing this disconnect between need and perceived access? Beyond the old
I'm not sure if we lost Selena. I can jump in. So beyond the old culprits of stigma and cost, we believe care coordination is a key roadblock. There's little to help students navigate what's available, no mechanism to ensure referrals are followed through, and no services to help administrators effectively manage the student population mental health. Exploring these pain points through hundreds of interviews led to the birth of Naviwell. Our mission is to help all college students navigate their journey to mental wellness. To do this, we've built tools for both students and administrators. We believe our first product, the Connect to Care platform, can solve this care coordination challenge. For students, Connect to Care is their digital front door to all the wellness resources available to them. Informed by a series of questions about their needs and preferences, C2C recommends resources in the college ecosystem that might fit them best. And beyond the initial referral, we offer ongoing check-ins that help ensure students make the progress they hope, even if that means a journey through a number of resources. For mental wellness administrators, NaviWell provides the technical infrastructure to help you manage student wellness at the individual and aggregate level. Think of it like a CRM for student wellness that brings visibility into the entire student wellness journey. At the individual level, C2C will flag high-need students and connect them to the appropriate administrative support if desired. And at the population level, data coming from C2C will populate dashboards that highlight trends, such as average satisfaction with resources. If you believe the adage, you can manage what you measure, then we are, for the first time, empowering administrators to affect change on student wellness in a systematic way. It is this level of proactive upstream outreach that could help colleges engage those 80% of students we know struggle in silence.
We are thrilled to announce that we are launching a pilot with Yale School of Public Health and the School of the Environment. We'll be measuring a few key variables to prove out our value proposition, namely, do students engage with C2C and do they find it helpful? By building our MVP on Qualtrics, a platform already used by Yale, we have de-risked the pilot in terms of data privacy concerns. To scale beyond Yale, our vision is a newly self-serve product. We will use a modular approach that enables us to mix and match our suite of tools to address unique population needs, customized based on parameters like size and existing wellness resources. Our team's collective experience across digital health, tech consulting, and finance, along with incubating at Yale, has enabled us to build NaviWell in lockstep with stakeholders' needs. Success for us means helping all college students navigate the journey to mental wellness, and we'd love your partnership through mentorship and warm introductions to schools. Thank you so much for your
Thank you.
Thank you all so much. Up next, we have ReRent with Alakaya. ReRent is a service that makes home sharing feasible for anyone by providing sheets, towels, insurance, and professional cleaning, while also assisting guests and managing the process end to end.
Are you guys able to see? All right, I'm gonna try that one more time.
Alakai, we could see it before, yeah.
Okay, yeah, it wasn't letting me move the slides. Let's see if it will this time. All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Alakaya. I'm from South Florida, and that's where I'm coming from to you today. I just graduated from the School of Management, and prior to that, I did my undergrad at Duke and then consulted for BCG and Accenture before returning to school. I launched ReRent because I think at its core, what America needs is to just do a better job with all that it already has. That includes its young minds, its minority talent, and in the case of ReRent, it's housing. Over $4,000. That's how much a college student wastes every year paying for rent while they're not on campus. The academic calendar only requires that the student is there for about 7 months each year, which means that college students would love to rent out their space while they're not using it, but it's a hassle. It's not accessible, especially to do it through formal channels like Airbnb. And there's no solution made for students until today. ReRent makes home sharing an option. By handling the operations and the marketing, we offer cleaning, laundry, linens, everything that's needed on the operations side, and list your place on Airbnb and other platforms like it so that guests can find it. To date, we've been able to share 47 homes returned $50,000 to the pockets of students. We do a 50-50 split, so that's of our 100K in revenue. And 90% of students hadn't home shared prior to using re-rent, and after doing so, 98% did it again. This is a big problem, and we're just getting started. Millions of students across the US could benefit from this solution. 11 million off-campus students, that was the number last year, but it's actually grown because of COVID. More students have been forced off campus since universities are limiting on-campus populations. And due to condensed calendars, students are using less housing than they ever have before. Yale's fall semester is 82 days long, and spring will likely follow in suit, while landlords haven't been giving any concessions and students still have been signing 12-month leases because the demand is higher than ever. So how do we work? If you're a student and you're signing up with re-rent, you tell us when you're away and you call it a day. We'll do a quick consultation with you over the phone. You'll sign up, send in your photos, and from there we handle the rest, including the aforementioned cleaning, getting your place up online, dynamically handling pricing, and making sure that your place is positioned as well as it can be online. For periods that are less than a month, we do a 50-50 split. And if it's greater than a month, then the re-renter gets 80% and 20% stays with re-rent. This is a little bit of what our listings actually look like on Airbnb, for example. And we've been working on our new tech platform over the summer, so re-renting is only getting easier. This allows you to easily communicate with us when you're going to be away, as your plans change, and understand what's happening at your place, even when you're not there. From here, we're looking to move from New Haven into college towns across the US, and then eventually to serve all travelers in all academic markets. We're looking to raise $150,000, which will carry us into our next few cities, but also give us the resources that we need to continue to build out our technical platform, which is really the key to us being hyper scalable and being able to impact as many people as we can. We'd like to take this solution to all the students that need it, and then also other frequent travelers. This is sort of how it breaks out over the next few months, where we move from New Haven into Providence, which will be our next city that we're really excited about, and then into Boston after that, while developing the technology in the near term, and then refining it once it's on the ground in these new cities. After that, we'll be able to launch at a much more rapid rate from city to city. We actually started back at the Yale Accelerator pitch in the fall of 2018. This is a photo from then. And now we're finishing up with the Yale Summer Fellowship. And so thank you to Tsai City for the path thus far. And we're just pursuing our mission of no space wasted, just trying to make sure that students can get the most out of their housing, and also giving a standardized, clean experience for guests. Feel free to reach out, and that's it.
Thank you so much, Alkai, and please, all fellows, give yourself a huge round of applause for the amazing work you did over the summer. The first ever virtual summer fellowship, way to go. You've shown creativity, patience, flexibility, and resilience. My colleague Ben is going to drop another link to the form, so folks can, again, reach out to these amazing teams to learn more about the work that they're doing, learn more about Opportunities Connect, and provide any type of resources that you have. Fellows, we're gonna head over to the virtual celebration, and all participants, thank you so much for coming. I greatly enjoy, on behalf of Tsai City, we greatly enjoy you giving us your time tonight. Everyone have a great evening.
Well done, everyone. Oni will see all of our cohort over in their post-demo day celebration. Audience members, I want to thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Ben has just dropped that link to that Google form if you would like to get in touch with any of the teams that you saw pitch today. We encourage you to do so. And please stay tuned to our newsletter and our website for upcoming events. Thank you, everyone, and have a fantastic evening.